Hello, my dear students. Today we are here to make a nice recipe of healthy cookies. Here we are having some dry ingredients like this is the mixture of oat flour, rye flour and wheat flour. So this is the dry mixture for one kind of cookie. This is the mixture for second type of cookie. We have oat bran and oat, coarsely grounded oats. That's it. Here, this is the powdered pistachio and almonds. This is powdered coconut, and we squeezed out the milk from it. So these are the dry ingredients I'm sharing with you. I'm keeping some extra teaspoons for mixing. Here, this is the mixture of stevia and stevia sugar and brown sugar. So I mixed them both, and these are powdered. Here, this is the mixture of normal white sugar and brown sugar for sweetener. For sweetener, I will be using some honey also and some coconut nectar. I'm using sugar so that the taste should not differ from the regular taste. Okay, I will be using some vanilla essence. Here, this is some homemade coconut milk, some butter, salted butter, some milk. So these are our main ingredients, and we need a whisker to whip. Okay, I will be using some foil and bowl for mixing. So as we are going to make two kinds of cookies, first I kept a little melted butter at room temperature. So this is for the preparation. Now we are going to prepare the first recipe. So here the dough is going to be ready. We added 2 teaspoons of coconut flour, 2 teaspoons of grounded sugar, stevia sugar and brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of homemade coconut oil, and this is the caramelized sugar in butter, but we didn't cook it, we just mixed it in butter. The dough is about to be ready. We are not adding any raising agent, no baking powder or baking soda. Now I'm going to bind it with hands. Okay, we need to bind it with hands. Okay. Because all of this is full of fiber, so it need to be binded nicely with hands. Okay, we can add a little more of milk, just 1 teaspoon. All right, so here the dough is about to be ready. We can leave it for a while. I will roll it on the board and then wrap it in the foil, and we will keep it in the fridge to set for a while so that it will be easy and even cutting. Okay, we will knead it a little more to make the oats absorb all the moisture. So this is almost ready. We need a dish to wrap it. So I will be taking one tray. In this tray I will be using some foil. Of course we will not be using any foil for cooking. This is just for keeping in the refrigerator to cool down this mixture. Alright, so here I will be using this. We will roll it nicely. On this, you can check the width you want this to have. I'm rolling it. Now we will keep this in the fridge. Okay, this is wrapped. We will let it here for some time and then we will keep it in the fridge. We want this to absorb some moisture of the milk. If you don't want, you can you don't add milk, you can add coconut milk as well, or you can add a little water, okay, if you are allergic to milk. So here we are using very less milk product. You can replace even butter with coconut butter or with any oil you want to use. You can use almond oil, you can use hempseed oil, which is really good for kids. So this is our cookies. We are going to set it in the fridge, okay, for 1 to 2 hours, okay. So or you can make this mixture in the evening or at night and you can keep it in the fridge overnight. So this is ready, and after this we will cut this into pieces, even pieces and even slices, and then we will bake those cookies. Thank you. I will go and wash my hands for next recipe. So hello everybody, these are my two sons, Rayan and Kabir. Say hello, Rayan and Kabir.
Hello.
Okay, so today we are going to make healthy cookies for them, and you can also prepare some healthy cookies. For the healthy cookies we will be using some oatmeal and ragi and some
Butter.
some wheat flour. Here we will be using some butter, a little milk, vanilla essence. For sweetener we can use coconut nectar, honey, sugar, and this is a mixture of sugar and brown sugar. We can also use some hempseed oil because everybody, they don't prefer butter. So I will be using some hempseed oil and some almond oil. So these are some cold pressed hempseed oil and almond butter. And here I have already caramelized some sugar in butter, okay. For the last recipe which we have used, so I will be telling you again how to do this. For this we will be needing butter. Clean this spoon, okay. Don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands before the recipe, okay. So I will be using butter. I will be just showing you. You can use 2 teaspoons of butter for this. This is melted at room temperature. It's soft butter, okay. Don't cook the butter. And here we will be using some hempseed oil. This is really good for kids, and some fresh cold pressed almond oil, because these things are really good for health, and we all care a lot for our kids, so it is always good. Now we need to add some sweetener in this. For sweetener we can add some brown sugar and white sugar, as kids they may not like completely coconut nectar or stevia. So we will be using some brown sugar and white sugar mixed together, and some coconut nectar. I also like to put some honey, but this time it's okay. We will be using these, and now we are going to whisk them together. Okay, we will mix them together. Okay, so that we will caramelize it. I'm using a very little amount of this because I've already prepared this mixture before. We will not be using any unhealthy material, any unhealthy ingredient in this, because we always want to be very, very healthy. For flavor, you can add a little of 4 to 5 drops of vanilla essence. Our previous caramelized sugar also has the same thing. So we will be mixing this. You can also whip this, but as these are powdered and caramelized things, so we don't need much effort to mix them together. Okay, so just mix nicely. Okay, I will be adding the previous mixture. It is also the same thing, but it just has butter and coconut oil, a little of coconut oil. No honey, you can add honey also. This time I am using a few ingredients. Please make sure that they are mixed nicely. You can add 1 teaspoon of milk, not much of milk, just to mix them nicely. And at the end we will be adding, these are grounded pista and almond powder. In the previous one we used coconut flour. Here we will be adding groundnut pista and almond. And here we will be giving them a mix. Kabir, would you like to mix it a little? Mix it. Mix. Okay, Ryan, would you like to mix it a little? Come. If you want to mix it a little. It is very caramelized and it smells also very good. Mix it nicely. Alright, now this is the time to add the flour in this. Okay, I will be adding some flour in this. We can add the whole, but we will add it slowly and gradually, not all together. Okay, so we will be adding this flour slowly and gradually. Once the amount which is ready, it will be done, we will add the rest, because we have to mix it nicely. Okay, we will see if we need more milk. We can add a little milk slowly and gradually, so that we will be adding this only when it is required. Alright, so here it is. We will be adding more. So this is the need. Ryan, please. Thank you. If we feel like that we need some ingredient which is less, then we can add gradually. Okay, I think there is less of oil, so I'm adding a little almond oil in this, so that will fulfill the requirement. If we find it we need sweetener, we cannot add any dry sweetener now because it will take too much time, so we can add some honey as well. So now it is the turn of honey. The honey is a jelly inside, So I have to take it out from the other side of the spoon. You can keep the honey outside in a bowl in advance too. Okay. I'm also having a little caramelized mixture left out, previous mixture. So now I think it need a little more moisture. I added 1 small teaspoon of milk again. Now I think I need to bind them all together. I've told you in all the recipes, don't forget to wash your hands before doing any recipe, any preparation. Okay, so here I'm going to bind them all together. This is more soft than the previous one because in the previous one we just had oats. In this we have very finely grounded flour of wheat and ragi, and we're just using half of the oats and half of the flour. They are quite nicely grounded one. So now if you can see, these are very nicely done. Alright, so we will roll them again in the foil paper just to freeze them nicely. Alright, so here we will keep it aside. The mixture is nicely binded. You see there is no residue left in the bowl now. Alright, I'm keeping this aside so that I can put the foil paper over here. Okay, here is the foil paper. I'm keeping it here. Okay, you can roll it nicely on the foil paper. We will keep them even. Okay, now let's see. We need to roll them a little more. Keep them even. Okay, so now we will roll it and wrap it, and we will keep this in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours, or even if you leave it for more time, it's okay. After that we will slice them and bake them in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, and then we will check. In the beginning it will be soft. We will let it set. After that we will see how crunchy they are. These are really nice recipes for your morning breakfast, for your snacks. It has good proteins, it has enough minerals, and it's really healthy. So do try this recipe at your home. So hello, welcome back. Our biscuit rolls are ready. We are slicing them very gently. Take help of your parents. Let them do this work because we have to use knife, and knives are very sharp. Okay, so here I'm making the circles. Okay, here our cookies are going to be ready. So here I'm opening the other one. You can see, yes, I guess this is the one with the flour. Okay, I'm going to slice it. I'm marking the equal, almost 1 centimeter or little lesser than 1 centimeter. You can mark them, and then you can always slice them. Okay, so I'm going to slice them. Okay, so if there is a certain problem, we can mend it later, but at least they will be same in size and shape. Alright, so here I'm slicing these nicely and gently. Slicing them very nicely and gently. Okay, you can, I told you the knives are very sharp, so be careful. You can use the plastic knives as well if you have, and I'm not letting them warm down because right now they are hard enough to cut. Okay, so I can do it like this. All right, so here our biscuit rolls are ready, our cookies are about to be ready. Okay, we will join whatever have come out. So here it is, almost ready. So I'm going to set it in a oven tray, and then I will bake it at 180 degree for 180 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. Then I will check if it is done, then I will take it out. Otherwise I will let it stay in for some time if it is not ready. So here I'm using a tray. I oiled it, greased it with some butter, and then dusted it with some wheat flour, and I'm going to keep these cookies at some distance. Alright, so these cookies are going to be there in the tray at a distance, at a good distance, so that if it spreads, it should have enough of space and should not get joined. You can see here, these are ready to bake. Okay, similarly I will set the other cookies also in other tray like this. These are small, so I will be keeping them like this. Alright, these are going to be there in the oven for baking. Okay, so this one is getting broken,